going to play a bunch of songs, tell some stories. Here's one that I still hope is going to be a stick around single before the year is out. I don't know why we're waiting on this one, but this one's about screwing around and well, you know, as the kids say, fuck around and find out. This is about that. This is called Getting Into You. I'm just getting into. I'm just getting into. I'm just getting into. Getting into you. Sure as got the girls around the pool. Just to show me a big glow. Didn't take you for granted. Never run a chance. If I didn't take them, let us fool. What the hell do you mean with you? I'm just getting into. I'm just getting into. I'm just getting into. Getting into you. Did you think I'd love you right away? Check the field for other plays. In this slow action, it hates of my attraction. I just made up my mind to stay. What the hell do you mean with you? I'm just getting into. I'm just getting into. I'm just getting into. Getting into you. What the hell do you mean with you? I'm just getting into. I'm just getting into. I'm just getting into. Getting over you. Getting over you. Getting over you. Thanks so much, y'all. It's hard for me to not look and be reading the comments while I'm playing these songs. Little sip of Coca-Cola here. Can't be drinking on a school night. You know, I'd never do that. Never do that sort of thing. So great to see all y'all. Let's see who's there. Ty and Brian Vossler Ship, who hosted me out in Oregon. My friend, my dear friend Barry Hummel from the Pops on Hops podcast. I like to say that Barry Hummel is my second favorite host of Pops on Hops. And I'm going to play a song now that is a special favorite of my favorite host of Pops on Hops, and that would be Barry's daughter and my friend, Abigail Hummel. I grew up in and around a college town, and what happens is people come and go, and they move away, and you feel stuck. And it's really easy to feel trapped in a place that is home and maybe you don't have the inertia to get out of, or you don't even want to get out of. And these people kept coming into my life, and they were super hip and really interesting. And I would make these amazing relationships, and then they would move away. And I realized after a while I was living in a transitory place. I was living in a transit town, and I was trying to make a permanent life there. And sometimes that can feel a little bit like a fool's errand. And so I'm going to send this one out to my friend Abigail Homo, because she and I sort of share a special bond over this one. This is called Transit Town. It's a Harper Code number. Hope you dig it. People come and go so quickly here. Can't keep track. Close my eyes, you disappear. When will you come back? I never really liked it here, even when you were around. And now I've put down roots in a transit town. And therapy's a calming sound. My anger comes and goes. My only friends are drinking bounds. I feel the open road. I never really liked it here, even when you were around. And now I put down roots in a transit town. The city's just a stepping stone, so I guess I'm mine. Everybody else has flown, I've got nowhere to fly. I never really liked it here, even when you were around. And now I put down roots in a transit town. I never really liked it here, even when you were around. Now I put down roots. Now I put down roots. So now I put down roots in a transit town. Thanks so much, y'all. You know what? I'm going to remedy something right now. Hey, TS, how are you out there, buddy? And Beth Lisogorski, recent guest on the What Am I Making podcast. Y'all should go listen to that one. I'm going to play a request right now. I wasn't going to do this, but I think I've got this here on my little iPad thingy. And I'm going to play a song that I owe from my friend Ty Vossler Ship when they hosted me out in their beautiful Oregon town, which is I'm totally blanking on the name right now. Is it Albany? It's Albany, Oregon, I think. They were so sweet, and they hosted me and fed me, and I got to hang out with their family, and it was amazing. And I promised Ty that I would play a Mountain Goat song for her, and we got so busy having fun and enjoying ourselves and maybe doing a little bit of drinking that we forgot to do this. And so I'm going to play this now for my friend Ty. And I'm going to be honest with you, this is a sentiment I feel deeply about the actual year 2025. So if you know this one, sing along from the couch. This is This Year by the Mountain Goats. I broke free on a Saturday morning, put the pedal to the floor, heading north from Mills Avenue, listen to the engine roar. My broken house behind me and good things that girl named Kathy wants a little of my time. 6 cylinders underneath the hood, crashing and kicking off. Listen to the engine whine. I'm gonna make it through this year if it kills me. Oh, I'm gonna make it through this year if it kills me. Video games in a drunken haze. I was 17 years young, hurt my knuckles punching the machine, taste the Scotch Rich on my tongue. lines, holding hands, swing high maintenance machine. I am gonna make it through this year if it kills me. I am gonna make it through this year if it kills me. I drove home in the California dust. I can feel the alcohol inside of me. Picture the look on my stepfather's face, ready for the bad things to come. Down shifted as I pulled into the driveway. Mother screaming out, kicking, second gear, seen it as badly as you might imagine. In a cavalcade of anger and fear, there will be feasting and dancing in Jerusalem next year. I'm gonna make it through this year if it kills me. I'm gonna make it through this year if it kills me. We are gonna make it through this year if it kills me. I love you, Ty. Thanks so much, everybody. That is the Mountain Goats. That's a terrific band. If you don't already know about them, that guy writes super literate songs, and some of them are just absolute anthems, like that one is. And I'm not going to pretend that that's exactly what I do, but it's sometimes what I aspire to do, for sure. And this is a song I'm going to play. I don't really get to play this one a lot solo. That's why I don't know why I say I don't get to. Like, I get to play whatever songs of mine I want, I think that's how it works. Of the few things that I have control over, that's one of them. And for whatever reason, I don't play this song a lot, but it's a song that means a lot to me. It's from a record by my band, the Pantones, called Sleepless Nights, Silent Mornings. It came out 20 years ago. And this is a song from that record called Lost and Found, that at the time was something of a hit in Belgium for whatever reason. We wound up getting on like the top 20 of the college charts in Belgium for like a month. It was a very weird thing. They like sad songs over there in Europe, so we'll see what happens. So like, we'll see if I remember all the words to this, gang. This is called Lost and Found. This ain't too much way to bear. This might help you finally feel redeemed. Now I'm lost, yet still found, buried somewhere deep inside the ground. You let go of life as we have known it. Squeeze my hand and sing me off to sleep. Hold out hope, oh, I don't believe it. The Lord might even hold my soul to keep. But now I'm lost, yet still found, buried somewhere deep inside the ground. And now I'm lost, yet still found, buried somewhere deep inside the ground. Sins have been forgiven and forgotten. Forget the foibles and the flaws. Modern me off unrealistic. Cut away a piece of who I was. Now I'm lost, yet still found, buried somewhere deep inside the ground. But now I'm lost, yet still found, buried somewhere deep inside the ground. There's your minor hit in Brussels, friends. That is Lost and Found from the Pantones record Sleepless Nights, Silent Morning, celebrating its 20th anniversary this year. I'm hoping we can do something special to celebrate that. We shall see. I don't know how many of you have been to the city of Toledo, Ohio. Next to it, there's a little town called Maumee. And in Maumee, there's a place called the Village Idiot, which for this story is particularly well named. And a couple of years ago, my band, the Stick-Arounds, and I were there. And it happened to be the night that Donald Trump was indicted, and I'll clarify this, the first time, by the state of New York. And my friends in the Stick-Arounds and I were we were plus. We weren't non-plus, we were plus. We were pretty fucking happy. And during the middle of the second set, we happened to play one of my songs called Great America that I wrote right after the 2016 election. And all I said from the stage was, today feels like a real good day for the idea of accountability. And after we finished the second set, I walked off and this woman accosted me. And in essence, our conversation went thusly. She tried to bait me into having a political discussion. I tried to get out of it. Eventually, I took the bait. And I told her that the reason that I didn't like Donald Trump was that I thought he was an evil man. And I thought he was harming America and my family. And she said, give me one example. And I said, my daughters have fewer rights today than the day that they were brought into the world by their mother. And that pisses me off. And I was talking, of course, about lack of abortion access. And her response to me was to look at me and say, well, you obviously don't know anything about your own fucking kids. At which point I took a step and got very upset and then was proceeded to be taken outside by my dear friend and drummer, Joel Colonel Kuiper. And in that moment of embarrassment, shame, and fury, I promised to never, ever put my bandmates in that position again. But I also made a vow to myself that every time I played a solo show, I was going to play this song and I was going to dedicate it to Terry from Toledo. And Donald Trump is still an evil piece of shit trying to ruin America and my family and yours. And I'm going to continue to play this song for him and for Terry from Toledo and for every other asshole who still believes in this bullshit. This is called Great America. And this is for all of my dear friends over at the left side of the table. Here we go. Born at the dusk of great America, the autumn sky brought on the night. You and me, we were wild with our frontier friends in the sight of our bones of the line. Glad you believed in the songs that we sang, our destiny wraps in a flag. Raise the children, spray over me, send your children to school dressed in rags. But Amy was brave from the days at the factory lights, region home. Left life to the knees on a Saturday night, Sundays hung over and swung. Sundays hung over and swung. You're making ends meet on a thread that seems stitched short at times they can do the read. Dreams go out to a bedside bell, mountains trumped by indignant police. Talk to Jesus at every supper, and anything never held much. Kept it up as a kind of example, and out to the knees on a Saturday night. Sundays hungover and small. Sundays hungover and small. Thanks so much, everybody. I think that's my friend Megan out there, the M4W, saying, sounds great from the left side of the table. Thank you so much. I'm really glad to hear that it's making its way over to the progressive side of the table. Notice I didn't say liberal. I said progressive because we're actually trying to progress towards something, which in this case is a better life for me and for you, and hopefully for all of us. A rising tide does lift all boats, after all. Let's do something a little more hopeful. Here's a song I wrote after my friend's mom died. No, that's totally true. I was being a smartass about saying it's hopeful. Actually, it is hopeful. I heard a wonderful story today by I don't know how many of you are familiar with the author and podcaster Simon Sinek, and I happened to see a clip of him today, and he said that he has this very dear friend, and she'd been going through a crisis, and he had no idea that she was struggling. And she said, "Well, I reached out to you," and he went back through his text, and he looked at them, and essentially all her texts where she was, quote, reaching out looked just like all her other texts. There was no way for him to know there was anything particularly traumatic happening to her, anything in like a crisis was happening to her. And he said, how do I know? How do I know that this is really a crisis, that you really need my help? And what she said was that psychologists and researchers have studied, and it takes about 8 minutes for somebody to feel like they're not alone. And so they came up with a code phrase, and they said, instead of saying, are you busy? Or do you want to come hang out tonight? Or do you have time for a drink after work? They just said, do you have 8 minutes? And it became this kind of code between these two friends. And I think it's really beautiful because what you're saying is, I'm willing to do anything for 8 minutes to make you feel seen and heard. And I think it's a really beautiful sentiment. And that's essentially the sentiment that I was searching for when I wrote this song. I wrote this, over 20 years ago when my dear friend Tim, his mom died rather suddenly from cancer. And it was the first time I'd ever had a friend lose a parent, or that I ever really dealt with death in kind of a real significant way, where it wasn't kind of distant or a grandparent when I was young and I didn't really understand the concepts. And that's a hard thing to grapple with. It was really hard to watch my friend go through it. And so I thought, what if I just let him know that I'm there? To go back to the story, what if I just told him I have 8 minutes for you? And so what I did was I filled 3.5 minutes with this song. It's called Better by the Day. And it's wound up helping me remind myself that things will improve over time. And that's probably related to the last track too. But we will have to keep fighting to improve, to make America truly great. So I'm mixing my messages here. But this is a personal little message. This one's called Better by the Day. Hope you dig it. I can see you going through this hell, taking quite a toll, I can tell. I wish there was something I could say, make you feel a different way. I've seen the other end of that line, oh, more or less about 1,000 times. As I watch you try to fake a smile, I can see you hurting all the while. And I'll be right there. You're not alone, so don't be scared. And I'll be right there by your side. I'll be there. There's no way to take away the pain. There's no way to bring her back again. I know it's hard to get up and get on. I promise that I'll help you carry on. And I'll be right there, not alone, so don't be scared. And I'll be right there by your side, I'll be there. No, it's never gonna go away. Maybe it gets better by the day. And I'll be right there, not alone, so don't be scared. And I'll be right there by your side, I'll be there. Oh, I'll be there. Oh, I'll be there. Oh, I'll be there. It started raining all of a sudden. I don't know if it's raining where you are, but it just started raining hard enough that I can actually hear it hitting the window while I was playing, which is weird because earlier it was very nice out. Anyway, enough of the Midwestern weather report. You don't need to know that. I talked a little bit about not feeling alone, and I talked a little bit about politics, and that dovetails perfectly into this next song, which I'm going to send out to a bunch of my dear friends who are here tonight from the Stand Up with Pete Dominic community. And we have this wonderful group of people who came together at first virtually, and then last year we got together in Las Vegas, and then we did that again this year, and it's been an unbelievable source of community and happiness and support and love in my life that I just didn't ever expect when I first became a part of it a few years ago. And so many of these people have truly become really important friends in my life, and many of you are here tonight, so thank you for being here. I'm really happy to have you. I love you and adore you and appreciate you. And I want to send out this song that I wrote when I got back from Las Vegas last year. And this is about the night of the week that we historically have gotten together. This is called Thursday, and this one is for the power of friends when you really need them. The world was shut down in isolation, feeling full on the ground and desperation. We all stayed in the fight, just hung on till Thursday night. Each hangout left me filled with inspiration. It'll be okay by Thursday. It'll be okay, I promise this will help. It'll be okay by Thursday. And I'll be here even if you can't help yourself. Saw you out on the road, across the country. Always lighting my load to make life more sunny. And when things didn't go as planned, well, you always lend a hand. All the while, you were also goddamn funny. It'll be okay by Thursday. It'll be okay, I promise this will help. It'll be okay by Thursday. We'll be there even if you can't help yourself. It'll be okay by Thursday. It'll be okay, I promise this will help. It'll be okay by Thursday. We'll be there even if you can't help yourself. It'll be okay there even if I can't help myself. Stand Up with Pete Dominic is a wonderful place to meet wonderful people and do progressive things. Come on and join us. We get together Mondays and Thursdays. I write about it all the time. If you're paying attention here at the blog, you know. So when I was just a wee lad, I was 17 years old, and I had a friend, and we had this one amazing summer together. And we went to separate schools, and he was a year older than I was, but we had this summer where we both had jobs where we were done working fairly early in the day. And so by lunchtime, we were both free and we had this time. And if I was not working, I wouldn't have been up until lunchtime anyway as a 17-year-old kid. And so we hung out together, and we mostly hung out at his house. And I would go to Eric's, and we would listen to records. We spent that summer mostly listening to Graceland by Paul Simon, which is a record that I still associate intensely with that summer and that friendship. And Eric and I had this really intense relationship for a few months. And then Eric went off to Penn State University and then eventually moved away. And then from there, and then eventually moved to South America, where he met a woman and got married. And I never really connected with Eric again after high school, really. I mean, I saw him a couple of times while we were both in college, and then they just kind of petered out. We did a little mail correspondence, but never kept it up. Those things happen. And it just so happened that Eric went to the school where my mom taught. And my mom called me one day and she said, "Matt, I have some bad news. Eric died." And I was kind of shocked. This was somebody I hadn't seen or thought about in a long time. And I found out that Eric had taken his own life. And that was doubly shocking and frankly made it harder to kind of stomach the news. And then, as somebody who was his friend, even though a very long time ago, you wonder, what could I have done differently that would have changed this outcome? And as I was thinking about my relationship with Eric and the time that we spent together and dealing with some of this sadness, almost right away, I was taken back to this one day where, for whatever reason, all of my family were traveling and out of the state, and somebody needed to go do the chores at the family farm at my grandparents'. And it was basically an hour's worth of work. You went and you threw some water in a thing to make sure that the cattle could drink and everybody had something to eat. And you just kind of double check that none of the fences were broken. It's all basic farm shit. You know how this works. And we went out there and we got the chores done, and we'd put it off all day because we were kids. And we get out there and the sun is just about to go down, and it's pretty late in the day. It's, middle of the summer in Michigan. It's 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, and the sun's still kind of hanging above the horizon. And we see these birds in the sky, and they're swooping down and they're pulling some kind of little rodent out of the field, and they're having a feast. And I think to myself, well, we've got binoculars in the house, and I know there are lawn chairs in the garage. And so we go in and we get both of those things, and we start watching, and we can see that they're red-tailed hawks, and they're taking mice or voles or some kind of small rodent out of the field. And within a couple minutes, it occurs to me that there's a jar of homemade dandelion wine in the cupboard. So we go inside, we grab the dandelion wine, and we sit there and we watch the natural show take place. And we sat there and we watched that until dark. And that moment, that thought, that memory gave me peace, thinking about the loss of this person who had been my good friend. And it gave me a sense of solace, and it made me almost feel as though maybe the whole reason we had experienced that day together so that I would have it as a way to soften my grief in the moment that I found out that Eric had died. I don't know. But I know that I hadn't thought about that day since it had happened. And then the moment that Eric died, that moment reappeared almost immediately. And there feels something cosmic and almost magical about that. And I did what I often do. It's just to sit down one day and write a song about it. And this is that song. This is called Red Tail Hawks. It's a stick-arounds number I'm particularly proud of. Spend our afternoon watching red Till hogs pull mice from the field. The dandelion wine, sticky sweet in my mouth, too wet in my head. 20 summers away, those were the days we didn't know we were young. We played our cheap guitars, the shattered songs at the night, so crickets shattered the night. I gaze up at the sky, I imagine you smile one way you are now. 20 summers away, those were the days we didn't know we were young. Summers away, those were the days we didn't know we were young. 20 summers away, those were the days we didn't know we were young. All right. I see hearts. People are making hearts. I see hearts happening. That's nice. I appreciate it. We need more love. That's a hippie thing to say, but I don't give a shit. Here's one. So one of the things I really am trying to get better at, but I suck at it, is asking for help and doing so without shame. It is not something at which I am awesome. And this is a song kind of based around that concept. So I hope you dig it. It's a Harborco tune called Help Me Out Somehow. Seems like I have been asleep for weeks, wearing these same clothes for days and days. You call me at a real bad time, when it might be right, I just can't say. Help me please, so I can find the river now. Won't you help me out somehow? I seem to spend my time staring in space, curious as to why I wound up here, I wound up here. Was it a fatal flaw? Just bad luck? When did my good fortune put me here? Help me please, so I can find the river now. Won't you help me out somehow? Help me please, so I can find the river now. Won't you help me out somehow? Help me please, so I can find the river now. Won't you help me out? Won't you help me out? Won't you help me out somehow? All right. So last fall, And I got to see a few of you. Time, Brian Voss of Ship. Let's see. I saw Cindy on my West Coast tour. I saw Mike Deshawn hosted me. I don't know who else is here that might have been on that West Coast run. But when I was there, I went through the beautiful state of Washington for the first time. And while I didn't get to visit this town, I thought of my friend Michael, who moved out there some 22, 23 years ago. And when Michael moved away, I was pretty bummed out. He was a person who I'd really come to rely upon as a friend, and we'd made music together, and it was really hard. And so when Mike left, I wrote him a song basically telling him that I selfishly hoped that he would stay, but that I understood why he was leaving. And I guess it was my way of telling myself that I understood why he was leaving. And that's usually what happens with my songs. It's my way of explaining shit to myself, because I'm not always the brightest of dudes. And sometimes it takes a minute for me to get my own shit. So this is called Olympia. This is an old Pantones number. Olympia is full of you, away from everything that you know. I just can't comprehend exactly why you let go. But it's very beautiful. I'm sure all that's true. And how can you know all alone? This is the right place for you. 3,000 miles is a very long time. So leave everyone behind. I'm feeling selfish, I guess. Just hoping you change your mind. Everything's going alright. Heard that you might even come back for Christmas. Got one question on my mind. How much do you miss us? How much do you miss us? I just got a long distance dedication that came in. My friend and a Harbor Cow bandmate Nate Moore would like to hear a stick around song called Speed of Sound that I played at Nate's wedding when he and his awesome wife Courtney got together and got married. Just right, like, second wave of COVID, I think it was. And a whole bunch of people couldn't come. And then a whole bunch of people got COVID from the wedding. It was a real thing. But you know what? It was worth it because they're amazing people. And so I'm gonna play a request here. I'm gonna play Speed of Sound from my friend Nate Moore. Here's a Stick Around's deep cut. There were reasons to waver, demons I had to fight. Somehow I had your favor and you joined me in my flight. Join me in my flight. And thank goodness that I found you and the light that surrounds you. I'm coming at you with the speed of sound. What did I do to deserve this? How did this come to be? An ordinary reaction, but I'm so glad that you chose me. So thrilled that you picked me. Thank goodness that I found you and the light that surrounds you. I'm coming at you with the speed of sound. Thank goodness that I found you and the light that surrounds you. I'm coming at you with the speed of sound. Speed of sound. Speed of sound. Speed of sound coming at you. Speed of sound coming at you. Speed of sound coming at you at the speed of sound. Thanks, Nate. That was fun. I haven't played that one in a long time. That was great. Thanks, buddy. I hope you and Courtney are great. I miss you guys. Hope we can get together soon. Yeah, look at me making personal plans. Oh, right here on the old. Oh yeah, they were singing along. Awesome. I don't want to say this was a downer, but it's not the happiest song I've ever written, and that's really saying something because I don't write a lot of happy jams. One of the things I think about every so often as a history buff is I think about the fact that we do a lot of lionizing of our military, and we don't do a great job of taking care of them once they've made the sacrifice if they've survived. And I sat down one day and I wrote a story and a song about a guy who comes home from World War II a very different person than he left. And it isn't so much about what he has to endure, it's what his young wife has to endure. And this is not the man she married, and she's going to spend her life with a stranger. And there's an inherent unfairness to that. And we think about his sacrifice, but we don't hardly ever think about hers. And I was pretty fixated on the idea of this sort of sacrifice and struggle. And what is this young woman supposed to do who, in 1945 or 1946 was probably the same age or maybe even younger than my children are now. And I think about those kind of burdens that we asked and still ask couples to carry for each other and for their spouses and for themselves. And so this is called He Never Made It Home. I hope you enjoy it. It's a Harper tune. He can't go to bed without the light on. Wakes me up each night with frenzied screams. Promises that soon will get better. Every night's like this for 7 weeks. Shattered leg, he can't work much at all. He putters around the house most every day. And the VA helps with housing and sometimes brings some food. Tobacco and his books fill up his days. And his legs, they shake from cold even in summer.
Shivers, they've been locked there since past dawn. When the whiskey starts appearing after lunchtime, oh, he never made it home. And he seems so much older to me now. A young man left an ancient one came back. When the war was won and victory was out, and he's still sure he's under some attack. And his legs they shake from cold even in summer. Shivers, they've been locked there since past dawn. And the whiskey starts appearing after lunchtime, oh, he never made it home. Leave for work, he sits anxious in his chair. I return the fighting hasn't ceased. I distract myself now with dinner and the dog. War is over, we have found no peace. Yeah, the war is over, we have found no peace. His legs they shake from cold even in summer. Shivers, they've been locked there since past dawn. When the whiskey starts appearing after lunchtime, oh, he never made it home. He never made it home. Perhaps he never made it home.
Well, I want to thank you all so much for being here. It has been just an absolute treat to just making sure I got all my shit together for this last one here. Yeah, indeed. Okay. Good to have your shit together, you know? I try. It's not a usual thing for me, but I do my best. I want to thank you all so much for hanging out with me on a school night. This has been really fun. I'm going to do one more song. If you missed this, or if you missed the beginning of it, I am planning to run an archived edition of this on Saturday's installment of What Am I Making? And so you can catch it there and watch it again and tell your friends and share the goodness. And if you enjoyed this, please let us know in the comments, and we can schedule more of these. This actually has gone pretty well, and it's been a lot of fun. And if this is something you'd like to see more of, let me know, and we can try to make that happen. So in the meantime, here is Better Off Like This, and I'll see you on the other side to say goodbye. Here's a tune about addition by subtraction. Katie and her little brother.
Katie's taking night school classes a couple times a week. Always knows the answers and never speaks. It's better no one knows she's a washed up geek. Pulling daily doubles down a handstands bar. Drafting Miller Lite, making cheap sidecars. Always jotting notes down to put in her memoirs. There are no excuses, it just is what it is. Katie says we're better off like this. brothers pulling corners, Willow Junior High. He ain't sitting pretty, he's getting by. It's been just past a year since mom's goodbye. Shout cereal and ramen for their dinner meal, saving up to get a set of meal. It stands there getting by, all bumbled heels. There are no excuses, just is what it is. Katie says they're better off like this. Katie says they're better off like this. People shake their heads, say it's such a shame. Try to point at folks that they can blame. It's best not to treat life like a ball game. It's best not to treat life like a ball game. There are no excuses, it just is what it is. Katie says they're better off like this. There are no excuses, it just is what it is. Katie says they're better off like this. Katie says they're better off like this. Katie says they're better off like this. Katie says they're better off like this.
All right, my friends. I think we're gonna do one more. I hope that's okay. I'm gonna take us a couple minutes past. I hope it's all right. I'm gonna do one more. I am gonna do one more Stick Around song. And I'm gonna send this out to all of you for joining me, but I'm also gonna send out a hey Jason, thank you so much, my friend. Lovely to see you, dude. I'm gonna send out this one to my pals, the Stick Arounds, and anybody who loves the great American band Guided by Voices. This one's about being ambitious and creative and a little bit drunk and excited and maybe not getting as far as you'd like, but boy, it's a hell of a journey. Here's Ode to Kid Marie.
I'm drunk again, listening to Kid Marie. Sitting on the couch at the TV screen, waiting for the click. Don't care what this means. I'm drunk again, listening to Kid Marie. My high kicks thing getting me nowhere. Stuck in these true little loves to spare. There were lots of songs, there was just no fanfare. My high kicks, they ain't getting me nowhere. I could live my life running half speed, go what I want and lose what I need. Ain't gonna ask what this might mean. It's caused too much damage to my self-esteem. And now I just fall asleep again in my oversized blue jeans. I'm drunk again, listening to Kid. I'm drunk again, listening to Kid. I'm drunk again, listening to Kid Marie.
Thanks so much for being here, y'all. This was an absolute blast. I hope we can do this again sometime soon. I love y'all very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will see you over at the Substack, my friends, on the blog at the What Am I Makings. All right? Love you. Bye-bye.